Golden State has rebounded from their three-game slide. Monday's fourth-quarter comeback featured an epic display from Steph Curry and Jarrett Jack that lit up the Warriors and sent the clip show into hiatus. Tonight, the most dynamic scorer in the NBA brings his talents to Oaktown. Kevin Durant's Thunder possess the league's best record, highest scoring offense, and enough resolve to repeat as conference champs. OKC and the Warriors face off at Oracle now. Another packed house at Oracle in the final home game before the Warriors go away for 4 of 5 on the road. And an offensive juggernaut enters the building. The best record in the NBA. The highest scoring team in the leading scorer, all-star small forward Kevin Durant. A huge challenge for the Warriors tonight. Hello, everybody. Bob Fitzgerald alongside Jim Barnett. And this building's still pulsating from the MLK matinee. What a win over the Clippers on Monday. But now an even bigger challenge. The Thunder come in red hot. They score. They shoot threes. Durant and Westbrook lead the way. They're a monster challenge.
Well, that was a nice win on Monday afternoon. But that game will be like played in slow motion compared to tonight's contest. This will be fun. It will be a track race.
If you look at the fourth quarter and closing out games, the Warriors are 25-15 for a reason. And they have found that Steph Curry and Jarrett Jack can take and make the big shots, control things in the big moments, and finish off ball games.
Well, they've been phenomenal the last two games against New Orleans and the Clippers, driving to the basket, great passing. But these two have combined for 50 points in the two fourth quarters that we're talking about. The jumpers from the outside, the teamwork, and the leadership.
And it's not just the points, but the efficiency. 8 of 11 in the fourth quarter. They own the game against the Clippers.
Well, it's all about good teams finishing, and good teams can finish in the fourth quarter. They find ways to do that. The Warriors are doing a much better job of that than they were earlier in the season. They've got the outside shooters. They've got the drives to the basket, and they've got good free throw shooters. And they also have a little stopper in Festus Ezeli, who came in and stopped Blake Griffin when they needed a stop in a critical moment just 2 days ago. But above all, you're not going to stop this team, Oklahoma City Thunder. You've got to shoot the ball extremely well. You've got to keep pace with their scoring.
If you were going to invent an NBA scoring machine, he might be 6'11". Give him the ability to handle the ball, to shoot threes. And in fact, Kevin Durant has scored more points per game in 67 years of Warrior basketball. He is the biggest nemesis in their franchise history.
There's no player like him in the league. Not LeBron James, not Kobe Bryant, because he's 6'10" to 6'11", the ball like a point guard. You know what? He's a much improved Magic Johnson. He can play that kind of game, but he can shoot the lights out and handle the ball, and he can create for his teammates as well.
Well, he has a couple tag team partners in scoring. They lead the league in scoring because Russell Westbrook plays at an all-star level, the most explosive point guard in the league, and Kevin Martin has been a 20-point-per-game super sub off the bench his whole career. Warriors and Thunder from Oracle as we kick it to the Comcast Sportsnet studios.
Warriors basketball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer. By Esurance. If you're shooting for savings, you could score big with Esurance. See how much you could save at Esurance.com or call 1-800-ESURANCE today. By Jack in the Box. Come to Jack in the Box today and try the Bonus Jack. It's only back for a short time, so get it as a combo for only $4.49 plus tax. And by Honda. Visit your Honda dealer today for great deals. Only a Honda is a Honda.
It's time for tip-off. Here's JB.
All right, David Lee. I think it may be a big day tomorrow for David Lee in terms of the all-star reserves being announced. Kevin Durant will be an all-star starter. Russell Westbrook likely also to be on that team. The Thunder coming in, having beaten the Clippers last night. Warriors beat the Clippers on Monday afternoon, and Mark Jackson will send out Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Harrison Barnes, David Lee, and Festus Ezeli. Russell Westbrook, Thabo Sefolosha, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins for the Thunder, who are just absolutely rolling right now at 33-9. This is game 41 and the exact midway point of the season for the Warriors before they have 4 and 5 nights on the road. Milwaukee, so looming for the team traveling tomorrow. First meeting this year at OKC, the Thunder won 119-109, and they've beaten the Warriors 5 straight games. Well, Steph Curry will handle.
It's not only the productivity of this team, Oklahoma City, but it's the way they play. Attacking all the time. They put you on the defensive.
And Ibaka sends that one away. Well, welcome everybody watching on NBA TV. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Rick Bucher with you from Oracle Arena. Harrison Barnes opens on Durant, little runner, and he flips it up and in. Kevin Durant already 3 scoring titles, maybe on his way to a 4th. David Lee outquicks Kendrick Perkins.
That's one of the things they want to do tonight, is attack quickly before they can get back into their defensive unit.
David Lee a little banged up with a rolled left ankle. Steph Curry rolled his right ankle before shooting around and missed the Miami game. So not quite 100%. The feed inside, and Perkins the beneficiary.
Well, they'll pay the price here now. Ezeli's going to give help and try to take the ball out of Durant's hands. So we'll watch that, as he will leave Perkins occasionally.
Harrison Barnes, strong off iron, and here comes Westbrook. I think there's something else in the open floor. The explosiveness and the size, and he traveled. Now the Achilles heel for both these teams is turnovers. The Thunder are 29th in turnovers. Scott Brooks not necessarily pleased with that. And the Warriors are 28th in turnovers, and both coaches would like them to take better care of the ball at times.
Well, that's going to be the case with Russell Westbrook as you look at him, because he's a dangerous player. He plays with reckless abandon. You got to take the good with the bad.
Well, Ibaka already out of the game, Jim, just a minute in, and Nick Collison in. Klay Thompson misfiring. Ezeli couldn't quite grab it.
Collison played more minutes than anyone last night against the Clippers. He played 41-42 minutes, and he's a perfect role player, just getting rebounds, and he'll get an offensive rebound and score a little bit, but other than that, he just throws it back out to the scorers.
Now Ibaka was holding his head after the David Lee drive. I wonder if he got hit by an elbow. It looks like they're asking him questions and kind of putting him through a little health protocol. Collison engulfed by Ezeli.
Drop back to Steph Curry here.
Harrison Barnes in on Perkins and sent away. It'll still be Warrior ball.
I felt Curry was open, but when Barnes attacks there, he might as well. He can leap. We've seen him do that. He might as well take that all the way to the rim, not try to necessarily use finesse to make it, but challenge the player to get a foul on him and go to the line.
And Thompson springs free and rattles home the jumper. Well, you said top of the telecast, perimeter shooting, particularly three-point shooting.
It'll be critical.
These are the 2 best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. Thunder made 15 threes against the Clippers last night. Westbrook missing. And the Clippers, their head has to be spinning because the Warriors hit them for 12 threes on Monday afternoon. Harrison Barnes looks to send that home. Wow. You see Durant at full flight. He shouldn't be able to move that way at 6'11".
Well, you just witnessed his athleticism to make that shot.
And a foul as Westbrook was headed the other way. Now, whether or not it's a clear path, they will discuss. Did the play initiate in the backcourt? Between the offensive player and the basket? Was he fouled from behind or the side? And they can also verify via replay.
This will change on the ruling on the court. Call as a clear path foul.
So this clear path foul can be upheld or it can be rescinded.
It depends on when they call the foul and when he grabbed him, because he was in front, but then he started taking off, and David Lee's grasping at him because you know he's going to go down and dunk that one. But in the spirit of the game there, he had the advantage, and I think it is a clear path.
It will not be a clear path foul.
It didn't look like it from there, but, you know, I always like the spirit of the game there because Westbrook was off to the races.
Well, like you said, it's when they called the foul. So David kind of grabbed him before he started heading up court. Love the fact they can use replay to evaluate and make the proper calls. Durant dropping it inside. Ibaka's back in, but he traveled. So we've had a couple traveling violations on the Thunder. Serge Ibaka's gotten into the three-point shooting. He's 8 of 24 from distance. In addition to that tremendous defense and athleticism. Ibaka blocking David Lee, stays with it and reverses it up and in. What a play by David Lee.
Well, because they can use left, right hand, he can do a little more damage inside, and he has a great sense of where he is around the basket area, even without looking.
David Lee, 7th in rebounding, 12th in scoring. Thabo Sefolosha dropping in the three. Now, how do you shoot 30% on threes for the first 4 years of your career and now bump it up to 42%? And the improvement for Sefolosha, three-point shooting, has been remarkable.
He was 3 of 5 last night. This ball was thrown too far in front of Curry. Yeah, Sefolosha hit 3 threes last night in the Clipper win. 3 out of 5. Curry could not get the shot off.
It's the right play, and David just a little ahead of Steph.
Well, he had to throw it quickly because he was throwing it right past the defender, and it just zipped by Steph.
Westbrook down the lane. Lee came to bother, and Klay Thompson with a rebound. That's the good team defense the Warriors have been playing. 6th best in field goal percentage defense. And Klay Thompson, the defense, the rebound, and the three. I mean, we mentioned the three-point shooting, number 1, number 2, but Warriors 6th in field goal percentage defense, Thunder 3rd. It's the reason these teams have been so good this year.
And what a screen by David Lee on Westbrook. He rocked him to free up Klay.
Durant will pick up the foul.
Now Westbrook right here. Boom. In fact, it was Ezeli, pardon me, not David Lee, but he got the screen and got open. There was actually a drag screen. If Ezeli hadn't found Westbrook, it was going to be David Lee right afterwards. So he did get hit again, and it freed up Klay Thompson for the three.
Kevin Durant dropping in the free throw, 91% free thrower. Dynamic deal when the Warriors come home for the road trip, courtesy of Wiener Schnitzel. Dallas in town on Thursday, with a ticket starting at just $25. 888 GSW Hoop, with operators ready to help you right now. Kevin Durant dropping in both free throws. So Durant 6, Klay Thompson 5 to begin the ball game. Dropping for Ezeli, and Perkins. He and Ibaka just form a wall near the rim. Durant and Ezeli, they good hands. It's a foot race. Sefolosha's lurking. Curry reverses it up and in.
Love the pass and let Curry run to it. Push it ahead.
Made that finish look so easy. And the Warriors, good hands in the passing lane. Barnes out of the pack. Curry down the lane again.
That's the attacking that Mark Jackson wanted tonight.
6 points off turnovers.
How about all the help defense? They're really packing it in and swarming. A little too much dribbling into trouble, into the pack by Oklahoma City.
Ibaka had it knocked away. Another steal. David Lee had the quick hands. Curry gets around Westbrook. Lefty up and in. 3 different finishes for Steph Curry. Scott Brooks is going to stop it. You know he's the best three-point shooter in the game. But the steals leading to lay-ins, and Steph Curry finishing in a variety of ways. A 9-2 Warrior run midway through the first.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena, where the Warriors, or should I say Steph Curry, has opened up a 15-11 lead. Hey, don't forget, when you're not seeing me here, you can hear me on the radio Monday through Friday, weekday afternoons on 95.7 The Game. We've had reports, various reports about Andrew Bogut and the development of the big man and the possibilities of him coming back. The reports have said that he's sprinting and dunking in closed practices. He has made a habit of warming up before games. There was no sprinting or dunking, but he did look more spry today before the game than he has, with some rather nimble jump hooks. I'm told that he will not be playing in Milwaukee and making the grand return, Bob, but he clearly is making some progress. So rather than months, I would say the conservative estimate is that he's weeks away.
Steph Curry missing the jumper, and yeah, Rick, we've seen Andrew travel these last couple of road trips, and he continues to push his rehab. Durant dropping in the three. Kevin Durant, 42% beyond the arc.
Well, how does he be left alone out there? There was a screen up top. Barnes couldn't get around it.
Curry will draw the foul on Westbrook. They get himself to the line. This is a high-level point guard matchup. Explosiveness, size, and speed versus skill, shooting, and cleverness.
I'm going to go back to what Rick was talking about with Andrew Bogut. You know, I'm thinking, and I don't know anything, but I'm thinking.
I'll vouch for that.
I'm thinking, I like that. I'm thinking, you know, it'd be nice after the All-Star game, but I just have a feeling that he might make a little appearance before that All-Star game. That's my gut feeling, and it's from me alone.
All right. Well, that's, hey, there's 12 games, you know, 11 after tonight. There's still plenty of time before the All-Star break. Warriors will have precisely 30 after the game in Houston, the All-Star game in Houston. If you're wondering if Westbrook and Durant live at the foul line, they do. And with Westbrook, he's hard not to foul. He's so quick, so explosive. You're not going to move in front of him.
Well, the whole key is Ezeli tonight, because he is roaming the lane, and he is going to pick up. He's going to pick up. I see he will leave his man tonight, and particularly if it's Kendrick Perkins. He's going to help out. Got there a little bit late, but you're going to see him help on Westbrook and Durant all night long.
This is the best free throwing team in the NBA, the Thunder. Westbrook splitting a pair.
By the way, it makes it easier for Ezeli to help out if Kendrick Perkins stays high.
David Lee having it taken away. See Westbrook. He just plays at a speed that most humans do not. It's our first playing time for Kevin Martin checking in.
If you never saw Westbrook, just show that play and say that's who he is, right there.
Klay Thompson off the curl and dropping it in.
Just enough daylight. Cephalosha chasing. What they do, they get a little brush screen from the other guard, Curry, and then he comes around the baseline with another screen.
Klay and Steph have 15 of the Warriors' 19. Best shooting backcourt in the NBA, and they're putting it on display tonight.
There's Ezeli now.
Perkins. And that's what you're going to live with. That's what you're gambling. It's not Durant. It's not Westbrook. It's not Kevin Martin.
But when Perkins is near the basket, they will look for him. And that was just a little too close and too far away to roam.
And pretty good passing inside will get Ezeli to the line. Curry had the drive and then the nice pass. Festus had the two big stops on Blake Griffin in the fourth quarter Monday afternoon. It keyed the Warriors' 14-4 run in the final 3.5 minutes to win that game. Wins the free throw out.
Substitution for the Thunder.
You can log on to csnbayarea.com for CSN Bay Area in-game live. After the second box scores, advanced player stats, research key matchups, and chat with fans during the game at csnbayarea.com. Zealy splitting a pair. Now the Thunder are shooting 64%. But the Warriors 8 points off turnovers, the reason they have the lead in the game. Kevin Martin loves to fade left with that unique shooting delivery.
He can give you points in a hurry.
He's been an all-time Warrior killer in his career. Draymond Green's first playing time. Second-round pick out of Michigan State. Jarrett Jack down the lane to lay it up and in. Tell you, Zealy occupied Perkins there. He couldn't get over.
Might not have been all legal the way he occupied him, but nonetheless, they were tied up. Let's just say it that way.
Hey, with the Zealy and Perkins, let them bump and grind.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're two of the more physical players in the league.
You know Perkins isn't going to be happy about something tonight anyway. Might as well make him unhappy in the first quarter.
Best scowl in the NBA, Kendrick Perkins.
They're making it easy for the Warriors if they keep Perkins high for Zealy to help out.
Wow, that is not a play you see much from the Thunder. Perkins took it to the baseline and then baby hooked it in.
And starting at the top.
That's a long skip pass. Klay Thompson, three. So Klay Thompson, 10 first quarter points.
Cephalosha is in no man's land on the weak side.
See Westbrook driving again. And you have to give ground and do not reach. You're going to be putting these Thunder players at the line with the Warriors up 2. Warrior basketball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Esurance. If you're shooting for savings, you can score big with Esurance. See how much you could save at esurance.com or call 1-800-ESURANCE today. Thunder shooting 69%, but the Warriors 8 points off turnovers, have the 2-point lead. Now, Durant, you know, is going to get his points. He averages 29 a game, and our Coors Light cold hard facts brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Most consecutive games with 20 or more. Carmelo has the active streak with 26. Durant 18, and then the drop-off. But Curry and Russ Westbrook have gone for more than 25 straight.
Well, Westbrook, his last 5, 36, 32, 31, 36, 26. Only once has he been below 30. Or below, yeah, 30. And then Durant, in those same games at Phoenix, Denver, at Dallas, at Denver, at the Clippers, 32, 37, 52. He had a 20-point game and then 41.
Westbrook, fourth pick in the 2008 draft, missing the free throw, and we check in with Rick Bucher.
Yeah, we've seen Russ victimized a couple times by Steph Curry and Jarrett Jack already on the defensive end. This is a guy who was a defensive player of the year in the Pac, what was then the Pac-10. And the question is, so why is he not as good a defender at the point guard? Well, he was playing two guard at that time and off the ball. And being a defender, as Jim can say, being on the ball versus off the ball is certainly a different story. He has a tendency to lose focus when he's on the ball. Guys.
Jarrett Jack and Kevin Martin stepping in.
Well, he gets picked off on screens a lot easier when he's defending the ball. He just did right there a moment ago.
So Russell Westbrook, Nick Collison, DeAndre Liggins out of Kentucky getting his first playing time along with Perkins. Andres Biedrins in for the Warriors. And Biedrins with a block. You know, even Westbrook wanted a foul on that play, but Andres got all ball. Jarrett Jack and Westbrook, Kevin Martin, Richard Jefferson, Perkins, Biedrins, Collison, Carl Landry, and Liggins, Draymond Green, the matchups. And stepping out of bounds The Thunder turn it over again. 6 turnovers by OKC in this first quarter. 8-0. Points off turnovers favoring the Warriors.
And if they score here, you could add to that. Well, they've made them count tonight. A lot of times they don't do it. But tonight they've made them count by attacking early.
I think that's the only way you can beat OKC. Shoot a high percentage, take advantage of their miscues. Richard Jefferson will pick up a foul.
Played well the last couple of games, so he's getting a little playing time.
Had the calf injury early in the season, had no lift on his shot whatsoever, but came alive with 11 points against New Orleans, and it was very good against the Clippers. He and Draymond Green have shot the ball exceedingly well the last couple of games. Allison comes to help double. Good recovery by OKC. There's Jack 3. And Collison, that's what he does. Defense, rebounding, rugged, and just a heady, smart player. Kevin Martin, talk about another player that lives at the foul line. So Martin, the key part of the trade for James Harden. That will be debated for a long time. Harden has been spectacular. He's likely to be named an All-Star tomorrow. And Kevin Martin has done what he does. He's a scorer.
He's not going to create like Harden, but he will get himself to the line. He's a little more one-dimensional out of the perimeter, although he drove there and got himself to the line.
He's averaged 18 a game, the 30-year-old out of Western Carolina.
Those 6 years in Sacramento, and of course he averaged nearly 25 a game that 1 year.
OKC back up 1. Final minute of play here in the first. Jefferson got all the way in. He was almost surprised how open he was and missed the layup. Westbrook, that 3 is well offline. Not quite a 3-second game shot clock difference, winding down this first quarter. The lob, they had left Beatrice alone. Jefferson finding Landry, and he's fouled. Richard Jefferson, you think glue guy. I mean, he just is a smart veteran player. Andres would have had a dunk, but the pass was a little awry.
How about this one, Jack, though? They were trying to work the clock down, but he says, hey, we have a layup inside if we can get it. Just had to throw a little high, but still they attacked again. And the Warriors are doing a good job.
Well, without Perkins or Ibaka in their gym, that's great recognition. That's the time to go to the rim. But you don't have both of those defenders.
Everybody else was up high.
Substitution, checking into the game first time tonight, number 28.
Kent Bazemore, a rookie out of Old Dominion in. And this is part of Mark Jackson's kind of shock troop defensive unit. And he has Draymond Green and Bazemore. We've got some energy defenders and trying to get a stop in that final 11.3. Landry drops in both free throws. This is usually Kevin Martin time. Denying Westbrook the ball, which is smart. Shot clock not a factor, down to 3 in the quarter. And Martin throws it away. So the Warriors get a stop. And the Thunder, they shoot 60%. But they're trailing because they've turned it over 7 times. Klay Thompson goes for 10. Durant goes for 9. And after the first 12 minutes, it's the Warriors with the 1-point lead at Oracle. Warrior lead at 1. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Rick Bucher with you. With the Thunder shooting the ball well, but the points off turnovers the difference. That ball kicked as we begin the second. Steph Curry, Jarrett Jack, Richard Jefferson, Carl Landry, and David Lee. Now the Thunder playing last night. Scott Brooks is trying to buy a little time here. He has Collison, Kevin Martin, Reggie Jackson's first playing time, with Perry Jones, the 28th pick out of Baylor, and then DeAndre Liggins with the bench unit. Rarely do Westbrook and Durant and Ibaka all sit together, Jim. That doesn't happen very often.
Well, Scotty Brooks said he doesn't worry about minutes with Durant. He says if I take him out for 5 minutes, he feels like he's getting benched. So I don't worry back-to-back nights. I just let him do what he wants to do.
David Lee nearly the finish off back iron.
He played 41 minutes last night.
Reggie Jackson has supplanted Eric Maynor as the backup point guard. And Collison missing. And Jefferson soaring in for the rebound. Steph Curry 3. The Warriors are going to have to bottom a bunch of those tonight. 2 of 4 from distance so far. Landry played Jackson beautifully, and he's still able to score.
Well, the Warriors played pretty well in that first quarter, yet they only had a 1-point lead, and that's with Oklahoma City giving the ball up 7 times. So you've got to play a near perfect game to beat this team. They're so talented and deep.
Landry going to work on the rookie. Spins back. They're getting good looks on these baby hooks and inside drives, but unable to finish. Jackson put it up and in, and Curry commits the foul. Steph was retreating there, but Reggie Jackson, 24th pick a year ago out of Boston College. He was born in Italy, played 3 years at BC, all ACC first team, played 45 games last year. Maynor was out.
Well, yeah, when Maynor was hurt, he got a chance to play the backup point guard. And like most rookies, played a little out of control. But he is a quick point guard. Has instincts as a scorer.
As you said, Durant doesn't sit very long. He's quickly back in, but his bench unit's given the Thunder their biggest advantage so far. Collison committing the foul. Now Liggins goes about 6'6", Jim. I don't know if he can run and follow Steph through all those screens. They're trying to use size to contest shots on Curry, because Jackson's guarding Jarrett Jack right now.
He should be able to elude him. Good question.
Drop down inside, and David Lee with a finish.
Love the way they moved it on that one. On the sideline, out of bounds.
Kevin Martin. He's got 6 quick off the bench.
Likes it here better than in Houston.
Oh, the pump fake. And Carl Landry the finish. Jackson down the lane. And he missed the easiest shot of the game. Long rebound out to Kmart. Reggie Jackson will wheel out. He's got Landry on him on a switch.
You see how quick he is.
Durant. A rare miss. Jarrett Jack to an open spot, but the Warriors going to have to defend for the 3rd straight time, and they don't.
And he missed 2 of them inside early on. Couldn't control the rebound. And then the jumper from Durant, and they finally score. You give that many chances, they're going to do it.
Landry got bumped, and will get to the line. So free throws coming. 8:44 remaining in the first half, and David Lee rolling inside.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena, where the Oklahoma City Thunder have opened up a 35-31 lead. Hey, tomorrow's Thursday, and that's the day that you can hear David Lee every week on my radio show on 95.7 The Game, which is on every weekday afternoon, Monday through Friday. Speaking of David Lee, spoke to Suns coach, former Suns coach Al Gentry earlier today, and we were talking about David Lee, and while he has rebounded better, he has scored more, he has shot better, Gentry is of the opinion that he has never had a better season than this one. And if you talk to people around the league, they agree. And the numbers have always been there for David. The difference this year is that he's doing it on the defensive end. And while we don't normally think of that as being part of the equation in terms of making the All-Star game, people see an entirely different guy this year in the way he's committed energy-wise at both ends of the floor. And it's why, without breaking down all the numbers, the belief is hopefully the Warriors have 2 All-Stars. But if it's only going to be 1, simply by logistics and the way Lee has played, the expectation around the league is that he will be an All-Star this year when it's announced tomorrow. Bob?
Well, I'm hoping that's correct, Rick. When you talk to him on the radio tomorrow, that David Lee is talking about his 2nd All-Star berth. He was an All-Star for the Knicks. The Warriors are 6th in the league in field goal percentage defense. I mean, it's the biggest improvement in the NBA.
And it was the defense was the biggest criticism of him. It's why they don't really look at the statistics with him. They're looking at the overall play and obviously the contribution that he's made to this team collectively and the record as a result.
And another double team down there with Landry. He left Collison. Collison had point-blank range, but he traveled. They've been lucky.
And Jarrett Jack right to the rim. So Jay Jack with Thompson, Steph Curry, Landry and Lee, Collison, Liggins, Jackson, Durant catch and shoot 3. Has anyone at 6'11" ever shot the ball like this guy?
Bob McAdoo, but not as deep as that. He was deep, but this guy has a quick release like Steph Curry.
You know, Robert Horry was 6'11" and could make threes, but he couldn't move like Durant. Jack off his leg. And then Durant pushing the other way. And Durant down the lane. Now Landry hurt himself. And Carl slow to get up. Carl Landry's got a left leg issue. Just trying to work it through. So Durant 14. Klay Thompson 10, and the Thunder, their biggest lead is right now at 5. See, Liggins' whole job is to bother Steph Curry. Jarrett Jack missing there. And out of bounds to OKC. And that will get Serge Ibaka in. Serge Ibaka, 24th pick out of the Congo in 2008. You know, Ibaka was refreshing when they signed him to a contract extension. He said, look, my family needed that money. You know, he's coming from the Congo. He played professionally in Spain, actually played for the Spanish national team in the London Olympics. But he said, you understand, I mean, for my brothers and sisters, for my family, I lived in a house without electricity. This money is everything for my family.
He's got things in perspective. And he has really improved through the years. Always a good defender, shot blocker. But he hit a 3 last night. He's a much better shooter, improved offensive player.
Durant going to shoot 2. We check in with Rick Bucher.
It's hard to imagine with an NBA player, but his agent Andy Miller says that the first time when he met Serge, he was sleeping on a dirt floor in their house. Those were the conditions he comes from. So when you talk about millions of dollars and whether he's going to mince how much he's going to get, you consider where he's coming from. It's all that looks good. There's a lot of zeros. Good.
So Rick, are you saying he may not have turned down the James Harden extension offer?
I'm guessing pretty much. I'm not sure he would have turned down the Jermaine O'Neal offer.
Okay, there you go.
The bottom line is everything is relative.
And the Warriors needed that. So the 3 by Steph. After OKC was gaining a little separation, it moved it to 7. Evan Martin, and he'll drop in a triple. They're number 1 and number 2 in three-point percentage. Thunder and the Warriors. And David Lee down the lane. Ezeli with a rebound. Steph Curry, corner 3. Yes, sir. Curry 3, Martin 3, Curry 3.
Well, they are playing with confidence. You can kind of feel it.
Ibaka, we just said, he's extended his range and become an offensive threat.
And he doesn't put it on the floor. He's much more effective. He's a good catch and shoot player.
Klay Thompson, he answers with the 3. I got to tell you, you may have loved the bad boy Pistons back in the day, but give me this kind of basketball.
I said it was going to be a little track meet.
Pass to Collison inside. I mean, you're talking offensive efficiency back and forth.
We've seen Perkins open inside, Collison open inside because they're leaving that one position.
Jarrett Jack losing the handle, averted the turnover, and the teardrop rimming out. David Lee putting it in.
How about a flat-footed rebound and put back? They're hustling.
This is an OKC team, 14-6 on the road. Best record in the NBA, leading scoring team.
Look where Ezeli is. He's got to watch the 3-second defensive violation.
David Lee moves his feet on Ibaka. That's a tough airball fade. That's the defense Rick Bucher was just talking about. And Curry is fouled. Timeout on the floor. 4:40 remaining in the first half. You like offense. You like skill. You like hard workers. This is your game tonight. Warrior basketball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company, the official solar provider of the Golden State Warriors. 4:40 remaining in the first half, with the Warrior lead at 3. A little milestone night for Matt Hurwitz, who does the PA. Game 500 courtside for Matt announcing the lineups and the teams. Well, congrats for 500 for Matt.
That's about 13 years, I believe, he's been here. That's nice.
We're going to count up your games once, Jim, but my calculator broke, so.
You know, I have no idea. I kind of thought about it, but I never really added it up. I don't want to.
Multiple decades and counting for my partner. Klay Thompson, back iron 3, and Durant high for the rebound. See, Durant has also become an outstanding defensive rebounder. That, in addition to the great scoring, when you look at KD at nearly 8 rebounds a game and then 4 assists a game.
So he facilitates. How about that? You know, you think he's going to pass it or whatever, and no dribble at all, and he just goes back and with that length shoots right over the top of you, and you don't expect it.
David Lee to Ezeli, didn't catch it clean there. He would have had a dunk.
Oh, that was a nice play that should have resulted in 2.
And it's just the growth of Festus. Very young in the game. Coming over from Nigeria, and this is about year 7 of organized basketball for Ezeli. Jarrett Jack with a steal, took it from Perkins. To Klay Thompson running, he takes the body, and he'll get himself to the line.
Now I believe they are utilizing Perkins up high to keep Ezeli away so he can't double team. But what a steal by Jarrett Jack. Klay Thompson tried the reverse because he knows that length on the other side just did not have enough. But he's had a nice first half.
Klay and Steph Curry already 28 of the Warriors 47. You can still get some season tickets, some lower level seats. Not many. The Warriors have 13,000 season tickets, top 6 in the NBA, but most importantly, get the same seat for possible playoff tickets at 888-GSW-HOOP with operators ready to help you. Been here for the whole second half of the season at Oracle, working on 11 straight sellouts in this building.
So Landry back in for Ezeli.
Ball knocked away again. Ibaka couldn't handle, and then the Warriors give it right back. And that will get Perkins a dunk. That's unfortunate. Points off turnover still favor the Warriors 12-4, but that was the gift. Jack's picked up the dribble. Ibaka gapping David Lee. He wheels around him with a left hand and just couldn't quite bank it in.
He has to work extra hard and doesn't get the same angle because of that length.
Oh, Durant, the hesitation, the dish. Kevin Durant just feeding Ibaka dunk. And Mark Jackson sees his team down 7 for the second time, and they'll use a timeout. 2:39 remaining in the first half.
20 seconds.
And the Thunder up a touchdown.
It's time.
Warrior basketball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cache Creek's a year of fortune. $888 in bonus play every hour from 2 p.m. till 10 p.m. Visit CacheCreek.com for details. So the details at Oracle, the Thunder leading by 7 with 2:39 remaining in the first half. Our McDonald's true story. 3 players in the NBA average 26 and 4, and 2 of them are playing tonight. Now, you know LeBron does, but Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook also in that elite category. Curry at 21, 7 and 4. Westbrook 23, 8 and 5. It's really amazing. That list is very small, and 3 incredible quality players.
Very elite. Now Westbrook's coming back in. How hungry will he be? He's got 4 points. Durant has 18.
Well, the backcourt has been all Warriors. Problem is, Kevin Durant has 18 at the small forward spot, and the Warriors don't have any productivity out of that position.
Harrison Barnes back in the game for Golden State.
Klay Thompson's picked up the dribble. Curry bails him out. David Lee, little right hand. Perkins is saying, how did he get it over me?
Just a quick release with the offhand. Surprised him.
Forget David Lee is left-handed. He's got 10 in the first half.
So again, Perkins is open up top because Landry's zoning.
Westbrook, Cephalosha, all he does is shoot threes, and he's gotten good at it. And Harrison Barnes will track down that rebound.
2 minutes remaining.
Curry hides behind Lee. And David, what a rebound. Took it from Westbrook. Harrison Barnes just gave the ball away. And Curry took it from Westbrook back. Steph down the lane, floating it up and out. Landry in.
I like it that they can play a little helter-skelter.
Warriors had the 1-point lead at the end of 1. Thunder had the advantage this quarter.
Who's going to help? Harrison.
Westbrook 3. He's been off today. Westbrook is 1 of 6. Klay Thompson weaving. David Lee pick and fade. Durant will push. I tell you, Ibaka, he doesn't mind shooting from the perimeter. He's worked on that. He wants to show it off.
And he loves the baseline, particularly from that left side.
He's got 6 on 3 of 4 shooting. Hurry. Perkins reaches. Ibaka had the block.
Heck of a defensive play.
Cephalosha couldn't get it over iron. Well, they are letting him play. Ibaka got a lot of Curry, and that time Cephalosha was spilled. Klay Thompson, very quick 3. And that allows OKC to play for 1.
How many shots in the last 2 minutes?
I love it.
A lot of them at both ends.
The Thunder, though, shooting 58%. Warriors 44%. Durant at 3. Durant runner, rimming out. And that will do it for the half. So Kevin Durant with 18. 29 from Thompson and Curry and 10 from David Lee. But the Thunder shoot it at 56%. They lead by 5 at the break. Greg Papa, Gary St. Jean in the studio for Warrior Halftime Live. Brought to you by Jack in the Box right after this. Brought to you by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Warrior Halftime Live brought to you by Jack in the Box with the Thunder up 5. And you know, you look at the Warriors, 11-2 advantage in second chance points. They've made 5 threes. Steph and Klay Thompson are scoring at will, but the Thunder are so good, and Kevin Durant is leading the way, that they have the 5-point lead.
But when they're shooting at 57, 58%, you got a 5-point ball game, you're doing a lot of good things.
Right.
I thought their defense was very scrappy, and they're roaming the lane with that off man, usually when he's guarding Perkins, and that has been Ezeli much of the time, but even Carl Landry, and we'll show you how that breaks down a little bit with Kevin Durant, who has 18 points, but he's only taken 8 shots, but he's had 8 assists. That's what I talked about him being a Magic Johnson, but with a Magic Johnson with a jump shot and the ability to score from all areas of the floor. He's simply magnificent. But the Warriors have done a very good job on Westbrook, keeping him under control. They're going to have to get something from the Warriors' small forward up front. Harrison Barnes, Draymond Green, they're going to have to contribute a little bit of scoring.
So if you look at Durant and his efficiency, the KFC bucket chart brought to you by your hometown KFC. KD is 6 of 8. Now he's hit a couple threes, and he's been able to score inside on a couple drives. But the Barnett breakdown, the way the Warriors are playing Durant, they're making him a passer, and he's making them pay.
Well, I really like the philosophy, what they're doing here. You're going to see, okay, he gets the ball out on the wing, almost to the low block, but not quite, pushed off. But Festus Ezeli is going to help out. But when Kendrick Perkins is below the hash line, the dotted lines, you can't venture that far. He gets an easy 2. And Perkins had 6 first-quarter points. This is an interesting play. Now, Klay Thompson gets bumped off on the screen. So David Lee's your helper. So he's going to help out on Kevin Durant. But the sidestep and the reach, and now David Lee needs help. So you got the helper. You help the helper, and that's what Landry does here. He helps the helper, but that leaves Ibaka all alone underneath. And that's where Kevin Durant can break you down and create some of his magic.
The AT&T U-verse first half numbers. How are you in the game with the Thunder shooting it so well? Well, the points off turnovers favor the Warriors 14-4, and the second chance points are Warriors advantage 11-2. In the ball game, down only 5 against the best team in the NBA, with the third quarter on the way.
Warriors basketball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota. Do the math and save at your local Toyota dealer. By Xfinity, home of the most live sports. And by your California Ford dealers.
Getting ready to begin the second half with the Thunder holding the 5-point lead. Moments ago, our Rick Bucher caught up with Warrior assistant Bob Byer.
Coach, they're shooting 56%. You're shooting 44%. Which of those percentages do you want to improve on first?
Well, we have to get Kevin Durant under control. He's the guy that's hurting us right now, both with his scoring and with his ability to play make and really do a good job of finding open teammates. Obviously, our defense has to get a lot better in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Rick, thank you.
Getting Durant under control. Now, Steph Curry just shot a technical free throw. A tee was assessed on Thabo Sefolosha heading into the halftime locker room. So Curry bottoms the free throw. We got a 4-point game. And down the lane, Ibaka had it taken away. Net at the top.
Let's see if Harrison Barnes gets a little more aggressive in this quarter offensively.
He has yet to score in the game. See Durant also to make sure Curry didn't have the quick release. Barnes from deep, battling out that 3. So Harrison is 0 for 4. Now Westbrook. I learned this from you a long time ago, Jim, that scorers really like to get their average.
Yes, they do.
And he had 1 made field goal in the first half, and he averages 23 a game. So he thought Westbrook would be aggressive. And David Lee misfiring.
When he scores once, he likes to score again.
So Westbrook calling his own number, and he'll set up Perkins. And Kendrick Perkins hits that to start the team bus.
Well, that's the rebound you'd like to get, though. Everybody should really, when he shoots the ball, it's very flat. Everybody ought to think rebound.
Hope you're enjoying this game on NBA TV. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Rick Bucher with you at Oracle, with the Thunder leading by 6. Sefolosha missing the 3. Warriors led by 1 at the end of 1. It was a Thunder 5-point lead at halftime. And Steph Curry hits a triple. He's got 18. And the Warriors right in the ball game.
When he comes down and hesitates and does a little crossover,
The defender doesn't know whether he's going to go by, and that enables him just that second to get the shot.
Harrison Barnes, good defense on Durant. And he had the whip pass inside, but couldn't finish. Curry three again. David Lee with a foul. Steph Curry, after the first 9 games of the season, was shooting 30% on threes. He was struggling coming back from the layoff with the ankle injury. Since that point, for the last 31 games, he's shooting over 50% on threes. And you're surprised, actually, when he misses. That's how good his three-point stroke has been.
With Perkins up high, Ezeli can give help and still recover.
Westbrook is getting very offensive-minded. You can just see it. He's not interested in running the offense. He's interested in scoring, and he's 2 of 8. David Lee, quickness on Ibaka. Lay it in and draw the foul.
That's the ball handling skills of Curry right there. He made the play, getting deep into the lane and making the bigs commit to him. It gives the angle for David Lee.
Another offhand finish for David Lee. I mean, you think of the league leaders in this game. 4 of the top 12 scorers in the league. Durant 1, Westbrook 7, Curry 8, Lee is 12. You have David Lee, who's 7th in rebounding. 2 of the top 7 three-point shooters. 2 of the top 13 assist makers. I mean, this is just, and likely multiple all-stars after the reserves are announced tomorrow. Under turning it over.
Again, the Ezeli double team.
Klay Thompson step back 3. And Festus with the foul on the rebound. Or is it on Ibaka? It's going to be on Perkins. So a lot of bodies came together. Gary Zielinski kind of weaved through the bodies and pointed at Perkins. That'll be his first personal.
That's a good little break there. Looked at as if, and it appeared that Oklahoma City had all the inside position.
Klay Thompson dropping it to David Lee, and he is fouled. The way the Warriors, with their 2 great shooters, and Curry and Klay Thompson, you have to honor and jump at them, and they're finding guys darting in on the baseline.
Well, it's quick recognition is what they're doing. So Thompson realizes he gets double teamed. And there, Perkins gives help. Thought he had a good block.
Take me through Klay's read there, Jim, whether he's going to come off and shoot versus pass. Who's he looking at?
Well, first of all, he's thinking shot. That's you always think shot first. And then, if you see a double team, then you say, you know what, I may have a shot, but there's an easier one beneath. And you find that man.
But you're always coming off that at the elbow, ready to shoot that jumper.
Yeah. Or curl in and try to get a driving layup.
So a 9-2 Warrior run.
You read the defense.
David Lee dropping in both free throws. He has 15. There's the double on Durant. Ezeli now will retreat. Durant with a shot clock at 5. Leaving, rising, firing it in. His first bucket of the second half. Durant's got 20.
Well, when Ezeli double teams, he still needs another man there to help double. Otherwise, he would be lost with Durant, and he's going to get juked as he was.
David Lee behind the back. Barnes saved the turnover. Harrison weaving through traffic, and he's grabbed. So Perkins had no fouls, and now he's accumulated 3 in the last minute and a half. Grabbed him before Harrison could shoot the ball.
14 fouls.
Keep going inside. And if the Warriors can get in the bonus.
Quite frankly, though, I like Perkins on the floor because it gives Ezeli more room and liberty to venture out and double team.
Get it out of Curry's hands. Lee the feeder. And that pass couldn't be collected. It's a 3-second violation, but Harrison also dribbled that ball on the baseline. 8 Warrior turnovers, 11 for the Thunder, but it's a 16-4 points off turnover advantage for the Warriors. OKC ball.
Sometimes it appears Westbrook just drives and he's going to suffer the consequences. Whatever it gives him, he's going to try to make something out of it.
Durant setting up Westbrook. Good look at a three. It's not his night shooting, but a rebounding foul on the Warriors. And it'll go against Klay Thompson. Second Warrior team foul. Klay's third personal.
There's Zealy. We'll see when Perkins goes down low, it makes it tough.
Westbrook rolling it over the head of Sefolosha. You know, you wonder and say, well, how could the Thunder be 29th in turnovers? Well, you watch tonight, Jim, they're a little sloppy sometimes.
Well, that's number 5 turnover for Russell Westbrook tonight. I said you got to live with that.
Curry springs free. Sefolosha the rebound in motion. Ibaka with a running start. Couldn't get it over iron, but Perkins does. So the game kind of hanging there. Thunder shooting 51%, but struggling this quarter. Warriors are down to 42%. OKC playing the defense, and another Warrior turnover. And Durant the lob. Ibaka the easy finish. As we said, OKC has all the firepower, but they come into the game third in field goal percentage defense. They've become an elite defensive team.
They need Curry to get hot again, like he was last game. He's just off tonight.
Got his own rebound.
And he's still good, but he's a little off. Makes that one. He's now, what, 6 of 14.
7 of 15 with the bucket going through, but you're right, it's not red hot, but Steph does have 20.
He's had some good looks. He expects to make those.
Telegraph passes Zealy was waiting for. Curry, can he really heat it up?
2 in a row.
Jim Barnett is the Steph Curry whisperer with 6:33 remaining in the third. They need their point guard to heat up, and right on cue, back-to-back buckets to tie it at 65. All right, Scott. 6:33 remaining in the third. They take up the scoreboard with a good luck to the San Francisco 49ers. Wishing the Niners well as they head to the Super Bowl. Team leaders in the various categories, with Steph Curry populating 3 of those categories. Not a surprise.
And Kevin Durant equally with his 3.
Westbrook creates a little space. Rebound battle pulled by the Thunder. Ibaka will back it out.
Westbrook is 2 of 10, but don't tell him.
Ibaka loves to shoot that, and Beatrice fouled a jump shooter.
Warriors now in charge. Young has been changed for his personal.
Serge Ibaka, 8 points and 3 rebounds.
This is how good Oklahoma City is, though. Westbrook, 2 of 10, 6 points. The Warriors are playing out of their minds in so many areas. And it's a tie game, soon to be unbroken with 2 free throws coming, I would think. But that's how good Oklahoma City is.
Ibaka rattling the free throw out. Get your tickets to the bobblehead nights that remain on the schedule. The Klay Thompson bobblehead versus Phoenix. And the David Lee bobblehead, courtesy of KNBR. That's versus Sacramento, March 27th. Text bobblehead to 53548 or 888-GSW-HOOP. And pick up the remaining bobbleheads and get out to Oracle. And Ibaka splitting free throws. Ibaka's at 77%, Durant 91%, Sefolosha 89, Westbrook 81. This is the best free throwing team in the NBA.
And they shoot more than 200 so far in 42 games more than the opponents.
Well, there is the 5th foul. And so the Warriors hit the bonus with 5:57 remaining in the quarter.
Well, this is an oddity because you usually see Oklahoma City have many more free throws than the Warriors. And right now the Warriors have an advantage in attempts and makes tonight. And it will continue here with them over the limit.
Well, it's not like the Warriors are a slouch. They're the second best free throwing team in the NBA.
But we're talking about attempts.
No, you're right. Is it? And that's why the Warriors are in the game. You're not having the Thunder live at the line like they normally do. Second chance points 15-5 favoring the Warriors. And then the points off turnovers 18-6 favoring the Warriors. The foul.
With the free throws, it just speaks to the aggression that the Warriors have been playing with tonight.
So Klay Thompson has 4 personals. And Mark Jackson has a decision. And Biedrins.
Tough to block a shot from behind when you're reaching over the top. You know, the Clippers were just here, but that's a much more predictable team because of Blake Griffin. You know, Griffin, he had 31 last night against this group. Had a heck of a game, but Durant is so much different as a scorer. They could be almost the same number of points at the end of the game, but entirely different. And you don't know what to expect when this group gets on the floor. I mean, what's Westbrook going to do? What's Durant going to do? It can come at you from many different directions, different spots on the floor, and that's what makes it so exciting.
So Durant dropping in both free throws. He only has 4 points in the quarter after 18 in the first half. Westbrook trying to slow down Curry. He fades and fires it in.
You don't see him do that too often. In the lane, challenging. Once he gives up the dribble, usually he was not open. He knew he had to fade away.
10 in the third for Curry of his 24. And Westbrook's got Biedrins on a switch. And Honest made him take a jumper. Curry changes speed. Little runner is in. And the foul.
This kid is amazing. He can hurt you in a lot of ways, too. The little hesitation and the quick little teardrop, just like Tony Parker, but a little further out off the glass. That's a good angle to shoot it from. You can throw it up a little harder when you use the glass, quite frankly, but that was soft.
Klay Thompson.
Steph 5 of 8 in the quarter, 12 of his 26 here in the third. Gets the free throw in. So the Warriors from down 5 at the half to up 4 right now.
Another one of those quarters for Steph.
Durant whipping it inside. And Biedrins is going to make Ibaka earn it.
Now with Jarrett Jack coming in, he was a little quiet in that first half. He's a risky player, so he's not afraid to put himself out there and put himself on the line. So look for him to do a little scoring as well the rest of the way.
Well, the Kia Drive for 5, you can purchase or lease a 2012-2013 Kia vehicle and drive home with 2 tickets to 5 Warrior home games. Go to warriors.com/Kia for details, terms and conditions, and a list of participating Bay Area Kia retailers. And Serge Ibaka, that Biedrins foul, earning at least a point as Ezeli will come back in. Andres has 3 fouls.
Back in the game, replacing Andres Biedrins.
Well, you think of Bismack Biyombo from the Congo, Serge Ibaka from the Congo, and David Stern was talking in the London press conference before the Knicks and Pistons game. He said, look, Africa has 1 billion people. It's an untapped market, not only for fans, but you think of the talent.
Yeah.
You think of Akeem Olajuwon from Nigeria. Ezeli's from Nigeria. Thunder have a very international flavor. Sefolosha's from Switzerland.
Westbrook slipped down.
Westbrook's hurt. Curry 3. Westbrook able to save. Russ Westbrook's behind the play and not moving well. He hurt his hip. Kevin Martin wide open. And the rebound, David Lee in motion. Running with Jack. said risky player. He'll back it out. Curry three. Ezeli kept it alive.
Curry coming off 2 screens.
Bodies fall. And Curry can't hit the three. Ezeli kept it alive. David Lee, another rebound. Another Curry three. You're not going to have Curry miss 3 threes very often. That is a 5-point swing. Curry had 3 looks at 3, and instead the Thunder get a layup. And Phil Jackson says it. Missed corner threes become layups or dunks every time.
You see the smile by Curry. He never expected to miss those either. He knows it, and it's uncharacteristic. We just can't believe it. That's the confidence that he has.
He had been 3 of 6 from distance, but has missed his last 5 threes, and he's kind of laughing.
Warriors, call time.
The Warriors are going to use a timeout. Mark Jackson saying, we had that opportunity. We didn't cash in. There's a long way to go in this game. 3:37 remaining in the third. The Warrior lead is won, and the kid is not done. 4 games and 5 nights on the road begins in Chicago as the Warriors get their first look at the Bulls this year. Warrior pregame live comes your way at 4:30. Tip it off at 5 right here on CSN Bay Area. Then on to Milwaukee, Toronto, and Cleveland. And Wild Dang, Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah, and a Bulls team that has done very well without Derrick Rose. And we're going to see an old friend, Nate Robinson, and Kirk Hinrich have manned the point guard spot very well for Chicago.
Well, Chicago wins at home tonight, so they move, Bob, to 25-16. But they're only 13-11 at home, and they're 12-5 on the road.
Well, the Warriors 8 of the next 10 on the road with 4 sets of back-to-back. They will be challenged until that 16 of 22 at home to finish the year.
Okay, Jarrett Jack's going to do a little stuff in his magic. He's going to try to.
Landry trying to bail him out. Look at Ezeli on the glass. Continues to give the Warriors extra possessions.
Here he goes.
Clock at 15. And Festus threw it away, and then we get a foul on Jarrett Jack. So coming out of the timeout, the last 2 possessions, Curry missed the 3 threes. They don't get a shot up, and they turn it over. And then it's free throws. This is a little disaster stretch for the Warriors.
Ezeli's playing an excellent game tonight. He's been involved. He's got 3 steals tonight inside, going into the passing lane, but
he's given the Warriors 5 extra possessions just in the last couple minutes.
Right. It's just one thing he has to work on. He gets a little panic when he gets the ball in his hands and there's any kind of pressure.
Now, Scott Brooks is taking a calculated risk here. He's going to sit Durant. I wonder if this is for the rest of the quarter. And if it is, how do the Warriors play this final 3:13? Like to have some kind of edge on OKC heading into the 4th.
Well, someone's got to pick up the slack scoring other than Curry. It's got to be Jefferson or Jack or a little bit of Landry.
Another turnover. These last 3 minutes have been brutal. They miss shots, they give away possessions.
If you can't get someone on a mismatch early, forget about it. The defense has time to respond, react.
Kevin Martin with the shot clock at 5. Baca the bailout. And Ezeli the rebound. Festus Ezeli, Carl Landry, Richard Jefferson, Jarrett Jack, and Steph Curry. Curry's logged a lot of minutes here. Landry, it's a big basket just to kind of break the seal. A little momentum heading into the 4th. Westbrook, it's a running start. Flipping it up and out, but tipped up and in. Ibaka got on the glass because Ezeli came to help out. Landry, instant replay, yes! Drops in back-to-back jumpers. Now Landry with 12 off the bench in 13 minutes. Westbrook, particularly when Durant's not on the floor, he wants to be the offensive option. Martin tried to get some contact, didn't. And Landry the rebound. Derek Jack's got Ibaka on the switch. Switch back. Curry, little bunny hop. Steph has cooled off. Westbrook able to score.
It's been a little bit of a drought, though, for him.
Well, he'd been 2 of 12 before hitting that. Final minute of the third. Thunder had the 5-point lead beginning this quarter.
They're just not letting Jack get a shot.
Landry a little show and go, and another turnover.
It's all about scouting. They know you're going to bail it out to the corner.
Martin again. This is how good OKC is. They sit Durant and add to the advantage.
Warriors start getting decent looks. They're not getting good looks at the hoop at all.
Well, they've had 5 turnovers in the quarter after 7 in the first half. Said OKC third in the league in field goal percentage defense. Shot clock's at 3. At 2, Curry just got to throw one up. It hit iron. But out of bounds to the Thunder. These last 3 minutes have been ugly. You credit OKC, but the Warriors' little sloppiness. And not the offensive burst they were looking to end the quarter with Durant sitting. And for Scott Brooks, he's going to put Durant in for this final possession. Otherwise, he had sat 3-13 and watched his team add to the lead. You sit Durant, and it's a 10-4 OKC run. 5 seconds of defense needed. Durant, 94 feet away at 3. At 2, don't foul him, and he turns it over. So Oklahoma City, 5-point lead at the half, 3-point lead ending into the 4th. Still anybody's ball game. Beginning the 4th at Oracle. Bob Fitzgerald, Jim Barnett, Rick Bucher with you. Carl Landry. What a game off the bench. Now the Warriors were 1 of 10 on threes in that third quarter. Both teams shot 8 of 21. That's not going to work for the 4th. Kevin Martin bottoms a 3. So the Thunder 5 of 10. The Warriors 6 of 20 on triples.
Yeah, Curry was 1 for, what, 8 in that quarter. 1 of 8.
It's the 2 best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. And Landry couldn't get it over iron. Durant, Nick Collison, Kevin Martin, Reggie Jackson, and Thabo Sefolosha. And Martin throws it away. Now remember all the times OKC has blown leads when they led after 3, Jim. I mean, that's our Toyota game summary is the Thunder when they lead at the end of 3. I mean, all kinds of comebacks against other teams. No, they're 29-0. They have not lost a game when they lead after 3 quarters.
Well, the third quarter, they held Durant to 4, Westbrook for 4, but the Warriors couldn't make any ground.
Jefferson will get himself to the line, or it's the foul on the dribble. It's the rip through is what James Capers is saying, so no free throws. This is that adjusted rule where player sticks his arm out, you rip underneath him. It's not a shooting foul anymore. Jefferson stepped on the baseline. There's things you want to keep an eye on. For the Warriors, it is turnovers in the 4th quarter. Don't mind missed shots, but get a shot on goal.
You're going to need every one of them.
James Capers spilled as
he got hit.
Blew the whistle. And he's putting his jetpack back together and the whistle and the whole bit. And Carl Landry picked up a foul. He's got technical difficulties. That pack on his left hip there is tied to the clock. And so there's a little button to start the clock, but that whistle stops the clock. And so you got to get all that wiring fixed. I think he also gets cell phone reception and can work the remote with all that.
But primarily it was this whistle that got all tangled.
Yeah. Officials have done a great job in this game. There's 15 fouls each. They've stayed out of it. A little bump and grind and down low, which is fine.
James Capers, Gary Zielinski, and Haywood Workman, who, by the way, turned 47 today. Former
NBA player, Brown.
That was his birthday.
Garrett Jack. Off back iron.
They're just not getting the production from Jack tonight, and Curry was good in that fourth quarter, then got ice cold.
Collison wing jumper. The Warriors defense has been equally good.
Can they break down this tremendous defense that we've seen tonight? It's like they're stonewalled and getting into the lane and getting looks.
David Lee and a great defender, Cephalosha. The double comes. Jefferson, shot clock at 4. Drops it inside to Landry. The Warriors can't buy a basket. They're down to 41% shooting for the game. Cephalosha, good delivery to Collison. And Mark Jackson's got to use the timeout.
Good timeout. They need it.
9:31 remaining. And there's a reason the Thunder have the best record in the league.
Welcome back to Oracle Arena, where the Thunder have opened up an 84-78 lead. Kevin Durant came into this game leading the league in scoring, and if he were to win another title, it would be his 4th scoring title in a row. It would put him in very rarefied air. The last guy to do it is Michael Jordan, and Wilt Chamberlain and Michael Jordan are the only guys to do that. But Durant's focus has really been to be more than just a scorer, to be a rebounder, to be a defender, to be essentially a complete player, and the Thunder feel that that is going to be a key to them being able to take a step forward. It's one of the reasons that, one, they felt comfortable moving James Harden in that deal, because they thought it would force Durant to be more responsible, to have the ball in his hand more, to be more of a playmaker. And certainly so far, Jim, he's delivered.
I think that's a very good point. And that's a good judgment by the Oklahoma City Thunder management and the basketball operations, because that's exactly right. More responsibility falls on Kevin Durant to share the ball. He's going to get double teamed more and more as his career goes on.
Well, coming out of that timeout, Klay Thompson is called for an offensive foul. It's another fourth quarter turnover, and it's Klay Thompson's 5th personal. That was off the ball, trying to set a screen. Durant. Well, the Warriors led 72-68 with 5:07 remaining in the third. It's been 18-6 OKC in the last 8 minutes of the game. The Warriors have been held to 6 points in 8 minutes. This is the Thunder's biggest lead right now at 8. The drought continues. Collison dropping that rebound out of bounds.
But it hasn't been Westbrook. Durant, you know, he's been okay, although he was pretty quiet in that third quarter. But Kevin Martin came in and got 7 points now in his 7 minutes on the floor.
I mean, you don't mind the Warriors giving up 18 points to Oklahoma City in 8 minutes. That's not bad.
And we're not getting the production that we've gotten from Jack the last couple games. That's a tough pass. Lucky to get it.
And Lee breaks the drought. Warriors have been 1 of 5 in the fourth with a couple turnovers.
You throw it that high when someone's fronting, it gives someone from the weak side time to get over there, and they almost stole it.
Eternity left in the game, but down 6 to the best team in the league. Durant step back. Oh, man. Kevin Durant, 9 of 12. He's got 26 to go with his 9 assists.
And that is one shot. When he steps back with his length, you are not going to stop it. He may miss it, but that's it.
David Lee in on Durant. And the Thunder throw it away.
Sefolosha is a catch-and-shoot player, and he loves threes. And that's what Durant thought he was going to do, stay in the corner. He's just dismayed that Sefolosha broke to the basket.
They put Sefolosha on Curry. They do not want Steph to heat up. He's got 27, but has been cold since the midway point of the third, along with the rest of the guys in white. Harrison Barnes misfiring. And the Thunder able to save. Durant went flying into the crowd.
He got acquainted with one of the Warrior girls.
Sefolosha, catch and shoot. David Lee sold out. Way to contest that three.
And they find a way to score.
Harrison Barnes is clubbed by Collison.
Starter foul, shot number 4, Nick Collison, second personal. Second team foul. Harrison Barnes.
8 points in 10 minutes for the Warriors. And that does not happen on the Oracle home floor very often. Harrison Barnes dropping in the free throw. Warriors go on the road, and when they come back, a Wiener Schnitzel dynamic deal with the Mavericks in town. Tickets start at just $25 for Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavs. 888-GSW-HOOP. Now, Harrison Barnes can score points in bunches. Those are his first 2 points of the game, but we've seen him have good fourth quarters offensively.
Well, he's the one guy they may forget about. They're concentrating on everybody else.
Flip it inside. Landry plays the defense. Curry around Durant all the way to the rim to lay it up and in.
They'll have success if they can get out early. But when they're setting up in the half court, they're stymied.
Durant can calm the crowd. He's almost at his average with 28, but it's the efficiency tonight. 10 of 13. Curry three. Long rebound, Jarrett Jack. He got it to Landry. Jarrett Jack dropping it in. Well, how about 8 points in 10 minutes, but 6 points in a minute? They're coming alive. But can you stop Durant?
David Lee for the double.
Durant escape dribble. Shot clock down to 7. Westbrook's going to get a running start. His three is off. It's an air ball. And Landry dropped the ball out of bounds.
Officials timeout.
5:40 remaining in the ball game. Steph Curry and Jarrett Jack have been the fourth quarter heroes in back-to-back wins, and they're starting to heat up together. Steph Curry, 2 of his 29. The Honda, great drive. He'll change the speed, and then the runner. Didn't drive it all the way in, but at least got into the driveway and then banked it in off the garage door. The Honda, great drive. Perkins beat the shot clock buzzer, but out of bounds to the Thunder. Mark Jackson hopping all the way to the baseline. He can't believe it. And Gary Zielinski may need some help. And now Gary's going to ask Haywood Workman, did you get a better look at it? Normally the way the players react, that'll tell you who touched the ball last. And you got a lot of incensed guys on the floor and one coach hopping mad. Third opportunity for the Thunder. They had a Westbrook air ball. They had that ball out of bounds. And then Durant's going to shoot 2 free throws. This goes from bad to worse. David Lee will pick up his third. They're still talking about who the ball was out of bounds. Mark Jackson knows how precious every possession is. And Durant, I mean, these are automatic. Well, Rod Brooks is going to be heading to New Orleans next week. We're talking about the Niners as well as the Warriors at the midway point of the Fitz and Brooks show, Monday through Friday on KNBR 680 from noon to 3. Mark that down with 5:28 left. Warriors had 2 stops, thought they had a third, and instead the deficit grows to 6.
Well, they got Westbrook to shoot an air ball and couldn't get the ball initially.
Landry is fouled. And so Carl Landry to shoot 2.
He has been the lone inside presence in the second half for the Warriors.
Well, the way you look at it, shooting is the entire issue for the Warriors. They have the advantage on second chance points, 19-9. They have the advantage in points off turnovers, 20-12. But they're shooting 41%. I mean, they had a 10-minute stretch where they scored 8 points. And against the Thunder, that's not going to get it done. I mean, they're doing so many other good things. That's why the score is close.
That's what I said tonight. I mean, you're not going to shut out the Thunder. They're going to get their 100 or more. They average 106, and they outscore opponents this year by about 9. And that's why I felt the Warriors have to shoot the ball. They've got to score right with them. They have the capability, and they've still got another 5+ minutes to show what they can do. It's still a 4-point game.
They're having a great night from the line. 20 of 21 as Landry bottoms both. He's got 16 off the bench. 5-minute ball game, down 4.
They've got 2 men here who can shoot a 3. That's
Sefolosha missing. Another big rebound. Still loose, and Landry pulls it.
And the double team on Durant has worked.
David Lee pump fake and takes the foul. So David Lee back to the line.
Their defense at certain times has been superb. Whether it was Ezeli helping out in the early going on through the first 3 quarters, David Lee just completely leaves his man, and they're gambling that they can't get a skip pass out to the other wing or all the way down to the corner. They got it to Sefolosha, but he's kind of pulling the string now.
David Lee rattles home the free throw. Klay Thompson re-enters with 5 fouls.
Sefolosha is 1 of 7 and 1 of 5 from 3-point range. Westbrook's 0 of 4 from 3-point range.
Well, in the final 4:52, you almost feel better if anyone not named Kevin Durant is shooting. I mean, you can live with it. I mean, the Thunder have a lot of weapons, but the way Durant's been, it can't be him.
1 out of 2 for David.
Warriors 21 of 23 from the line. Single possession ball game. Long way to go. Westbrook driving, and he's fouled.
Warriors foul charge to Carl Landry, second personal.
When you think of the guards that came out of UCLA in terms of Darren Collison, Drew Holiday, Russell Westbrook, there was an awful lot of talent in that backcourt, and none of it stayed very long. They could have stayed and played with a guy named Kevin Love, who also came out early. Westbrook, the 4th pick in 08. As Rick Bucher had said earlier, he was playing off guard. And then Sam Presti and the Thunder said, we think he could be a point guard. And
he's a different kind of point guard. He's more of a hybrid, if you will.
Early in his career, he was a shooting guard that couldn't shoot. His mid-range jumper was non-existent, but
he's over 8 assists a game, so he's getting the job done. Of course, it's nice to have a guy like Kevin Durant to throw the ball, too, who will finish it.
David Lee wanted contact, made it anyway. He thought he got shoved. He threw it up at the backboard and banked it in. D. Lee with 20 and 10. 17 times he's done that. It leads the NBA in 2010 games.
Klay Thompson with Durant.
Durant the step back. Finally a miss.
They didn't double team him, and he still stopped.
David Lee setting up Landry. From down 8 to within 1. .354 left. Do the Warriors have another fourth quarter comeback in them? They got the Clippers Monday afternoon. Well, they get the Thunder tonight. Time now for the Solar Company electrifying player of the game, Kevin Durant, with 30 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds on 10 of 14 shooting. 2 of 2 from 3, 8 of 8 from the line. The Solar Company electrifying player. A week ago Wednesday, LeBron James. This Wednesday, Kevin Durant. And the Warriors have gotten an up-close and personal look at the best players in the league.
He hasn't forced the issue tonight. He's 2 for 2 from three-point range. Everybody else not shooting it well.
Shot clock at 10. Durant step back, rimmed it out, rebound loose. And Jack comes away with it.
He could take Martin, but he picked up the dribble.
Draymond Green in for defense. He's playing with Barnes, Curry, Jack, and now Mark Jackson, it's a timeout. He was yelling something, and James Capers called the time. And so with 3:27 left, the Warriors burn a timeout, but they have the ball, down 1, and a chance to take the lead. Thunder lead is 1, and we check in with Rick Bucher.
Yeah, the value of having a savvy veteran like Jarrett Jack in the timeout pointed out to everybody, hey, look, we're going to be in the bonus. Be aggressive. Coaching staff didn't need to tell anybody. Jack picked it up all by himself. It's a key little thing going on with this team. Bob.
They keep attacking. As Klay Thompson flips it in. He's playing with 5 fouls. The Warriors take the lead. A 9-1 run. Westbrook rises, banking it out. He's 3 of 15.
First lead for the Warriors in the fourth quarter. And we talked earlier in the game, good teams can finish.
Well, Klay having it blocked by Durant.
Well, that's because Durant was duped there a little bit, but he recovers on the shooting hand side. And that's why he was able to get back to it easier.
That 7'6" wingspan in evidence defensively.
Are they going to double team Durant? Let's go singular.
He traveled.
Well, that's the second time I've seen Klay Thompson is a man on an island with Durant, so they're playing him more straight up. Giving ground. It would have been a tough shot anyway had they not called traveling.
Looking for Klay again. To Landry on Ibaka. Hangs and finishes. Sent away the first time. Multi-effort play. 20 for Landry off the bench.
Well, they've exhibited some toughness here in 2 successive plays.
Durant on the rip through. That's not going to be free throws. It'll be the Warriors' 4th team foul. Klay Thompson's fouled out of the game. This is the rip through, and it was started by Karl Malone. It was perfected by Kevin Durant. He used to get 6 free throws a game out of this play. And the league made the adjustment.
I'm surprised that Klay Thompson fell for it. You could just feel it coming.
Klay Thompson, who had the runner, had a shot block, but had the nice assist to Landry. He is fouled out of the game with 19 points. And this is the adjustment and new interpretation of this rule. You have your hand out, and the player initiates contact by going underneath your arm.
And you know what? Klay was in. He was in really good position.
Durant with the shot clock at 5. Driving, hanging, rimming, and tipped up and in. Perkins got on the glass.
When he makes the drive, other defenders have a tendency to look, do I give help? And they lose focus and concentration on their man.
1-point lead in the ball. Winding down to 100 seconds of crunch time. Jarrett Jack hits the jumper.
And he ended up at half court sliding back. He knew he had to arc it higher over Durant.
They're standing at Oracle. And Durant is fouled. And that'll be free throws.
situation.
Jarrett Jack's shot was a bomb.
8 points, 8 assists. The maestro of the fourth quarter, the last couple of games, and shot it in. But Mark Jackson, he is so mild-mannered, you rarely see him upset. He is furious. He's talking to Haywood Workman, saying, you played in this league. We double-teamed him. Where was the foul?
Well, they did crowd him. I mean, they were just a little too close, and they got contact. He's been with Harrison Barnes and Lee. I don't know who they called the foul on.
It went to Barnes. It's his second.
He just crowded him a little too much.
And when you foul Durant, I mean, it's automatic. He's 10 of 10 from the line. Let's do it again. 1 point lead in the ball. Curry to Lee. Gather, dribble, lay it in. Durant on the rookie Harrison Barnes. A 1-4 set. Rises for three. Rims it out. Landry the rebound.
Bailout shot, because had he driven, he may get to the line again. The Warriors love that one.
Back on Durant. Ibaka's lurking. Landry finding Curry. Shot clock down to 4. Lee's got to make something out of nothing. He traveled. They don't get the shot off. The Thunder force the turnover. 41.2. OKC timeout. They can play a 2-for-1 to end the ball game, but the Warriors have the lead. The Warriors closed out the Clippers with a 14-4 run on Monday afternoon. It's a 15-5 fourth quarter run right now. How does OKC play the final 41 seconds?
They're going to give the ball to Durant and let him do what he does best. But they're going to get a shot somewhere around the 32nd clock time, because you have 29-0. It could be broken tonight. But they definitely understand 2-for-1.
And Durant has it. Draymond Green is on him, and Durant to the line again.
They even got it off earlier.
Okay, now, if you're the Warriors, would you go the quick 2-for-1 or not? You're going to have a 1-point lead.
I'd use a timeout, take the ball down, and I would try to get a shot within about 8 seconds.
You get 2 possessions to the Thunder 1. So Durant 33. Curry 29. Klay Thompson's fouled out with 19. David Lee 22 and 11. Ibaka's got 12. Perkins has 12. Westbrook 10 points on 3 of 15 shooting.
You remember, the Warriors burned a timeout with just 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
They have 2 timeouts remaining, and the Thunder have 2 timeouts remaining. Durant missed a free throw. And the Warriors will use a timeout. So now, a 2-point lead. Durant's first miss, 11 of 12 from the line. 35.1. Now the question will be, does Mark Jackson play the 2-for-1 game? Or does he bleed clock up 2? And how would they handle that? So this is an interesting one. I don't think they expected Durant to miss that free throw.
Right.
And so for the Warriors now, up 2, the key thing will be to get a shot attempt. The fourth quarter turnovers, that's the one thing that has bothered the Warriors, but they're closing this game much like they did the Clippers on Monday afternoon.
Well, the good news is Durant missed the free throw. The bad news is it used a couple of seconds. Right. Because now it's at 35 and change. So they have got to look for a shot within about 6 seconds, but you do not want to force a shot. You don't want it to be a bad shot, because you're going to need to score, and then a three-pointer will beat you.
So why are the Warriors so vastly improved from a year ago? 16 games, 3-point or less margin with a minute and a half left. They're 11-5 in those games. Last year, 9 and 18. They've learned how to win. They're in a stretch. In 12 games, they play 11 playoff teams. They're 4-5 in that stretch. still have Chicago and Milwaukee to go. So 35.1, 21 to shoot. Klay Thompson is fouled out, so it's Curry, Jarrett Jack, Harrison Barnes, Carl Landry, and David Lee.
You like a fairly quick shot, but you want a good shot, and you want to avoid a turnover at all costs.
Kendrick Perkins, Serge Ibaka, Kevin Durant, Thabo Sefolosha, and Russell Westbrook. Do they go two for one?
They're going to work it down.
Or they're going to bleed some clock.
Yep.
So that 13-second game shot clock difference. Can they make it a two-possession game? Curry, three, rimmed it out.
I cannot believe that three guys jumped at Landry and left Curry alone.
20 seconds.
But Steph is one of his last 11 threes attempted.
So now, I tell you, Mark Jackson would have taken an open Curry three all night. That's the best three-point shooter in the league. He had a great look at it and just rimmed it out. And that would have been the door slammer. Up 5. Instead, 2-point lead. And it's Durant time. And you remember the game last year where the Warriors and Thunder went back. That was also on NBA TV. The nation got to see it. Kevin Durant admitted he shot it over everything, but it banked in. This ended up being the winner. He said, I had a bad angle. I missed it, but it banked in. And no one was more surprised than KD. Sefolosha to inbound. Harrison Barnes has Durant. Kevin Martin along with Westbrook and Perkins. Richard Jefferson will check in for David Lee.
I still believe they'll forget about Westbrook again. It hasn't been his night. 3 of 15. It'll be Durant with the ball.
Crowd has stood the last 4 minutes of this game. It's been incredible. Durant, Curry the steal! What a read! They've got a foul now, and they'll put Curry on the line. Perkins had a walk-in dunk, but he didn't step to the ball. And Steph Curry did.
He sniffed out the play.
Kevin Durant, take me through it, Jim.
Well, watch Steph Curry. He sees what's going to happen. He read where Durant was and saw the double team. He knew he was going to give the ball up, and he just set right down the lane.
Curry makes it a 3-point lead, but this is the big one to make it a 2-possession ball game.
Had he not done that, it would have been a dunk.
The Thunder are the best 3-point shooting team in the NBA. Curry makes it a 4-point lead. The steal by Steph. He's got 31. The Warriors trailed 88-81. They were dead in the water. They had scored 8 points in a 10-minute stretch. And it responded in the final 7 minutes with 22 points. They've come alive offensively. They've limited the Thunder to 11 in that same time period and have the 4-point lead 12 seconds away from dealing OKC their first loss when leading after 3 all season long.
Well, here's the deal. They're going to try to score quickly. The Warriors can't afford to foul. Don't want to give up a 3-point play. You might have to give up a 3-point shot because if they go for 2, Scotty Brooks knows they're going to get the ball to Curry and he's going to make 2 more free throws. They'll be down 4 again. Look for them possibly to shoot a 3 right here.
And then that way, if they fouled, it would still only be a 3-point deficit. Run them off the 3-point line. The good look at 3. Westbrook missed it. Draymond Green had the defense. It's a matter of making free throws now. Being solid with the ball. Jarrett Jack's a great free thrower. He's waiting, and he is fouled with 6.8. Well, the Clippers have lost 11 times. The Warriors own 3 of those. The Thunder 29-0 when they led after 3. And this first loss will be courtesy of the Golden State Warriors. Well, Jarrett Jack missing the free throw. Not quite done yet.
Substitution Golden State.
Jenkins is in for Curry. This is for defense here. And Jarrett Jack splitting free throws. OKC doesn't use a timeout. Westbrook just dropped the ball. The Thunder turn it over, and the Warriors get it back. Points off turnovers, 24-13 Warriors. Second chance points, 21-11 Warriors. Scoreboard, 104-99 Warriors. The Thunder go down. The Warriors lay the defense on them, hold the highest scoring team in the league to a 20-point fourth quarter. The Warriors come alive behind 31 from Steph Curry, 22 and 12 from David Lee, and get win number 26 at the exact midway point of the season. And they'll wait to see if David Lee and Steph Curry are all-stars tomorrow. What a win at Oracle. 11 straight sellout crowds stood for the final 4 minutes of the game. And Rick Bucher is alongside two guys that may get a nice phone call tomorrow, Steph Curry and David Lee.
Thank you, guys. David, first of all, you guys have just beaten the two best teams in the Western Conference, if not in the entire league, and you're 11 games over 500 at the halfway point. What does that say about this team?
Well, we're continuing to get better. We played some subpar basketball for about a week and a half and got through a tough part of our schedule, but tonight came back and got another big win at home, another great crowd, and we just tried to go out there and play as a team and do what we do.
And defensively, on the play where you sniffed out the turnover by Kevin Durant, what was the defensive plan on that play?
Well, we had to trap Durant coming off his pick when he got the ball, and I know he saw wide open blue jersey, and I was at the nail, ready to just swoop in and get the steal. So credit to our guys trapping, and I just happened to be able to play a passing lane.
What would it mean for the two of you to be announced as all-stars tomorrow?
I mean, you look around the arena, and we have a lot of passionate, supporting fans, ride or die, whether we have great years or bad years. And I think it'll be more to them to have representatives in Houston and to have two guys, and for us to be 11 games over 500, it's definitely a big deal for the city of Oklahoma. So.
They handled you fairly well in Oklahoma City. What did you do differently tonight?
Just tried to be aggressive. That's all I tried to do is come out, rebound the basketball, and be aggressive offensively. Our guards got me involved really well tonight. I had a shaky first quarter, but then came back in the second half and just continued to try to attack, and it worked out, I guess.
And what would it mean to you if the two of you were all-stars?
It would mean a lot, because I think the reason we'd be all-stars is because our team has made a resurgence, and this city's been without an all-star since '97, like Steph said, and our team's made great strides this year. So Steph Curry for all-star.
Congratulations, guys. Hope we get good news tomorrow. Back to you, Bob.
Rick, there's one team in the NBA that has beaten the Miami Heat, that has beaten the Thunder, and has beaten the LA Clippers. And that team is the Golden State Warriors, the only team in the NBA with those skins on the wall. They win at 104-99. The best team in the league loses finally after leading after 3. Durant couldn't get it done. Jarrett Jack and Curry magical. On to Chicago and on to Ahmed Fareed in the studio for a Sportsnet Central update as the Warriors beat the Thunder by 5.